In the heart of West Africa, something unique is underway. Not a revolution of guns and smoke, but of dignity, independence, and self-belief. Captain Ibrahim Traore, the young leader of Burkina Faso, is defying the old playbook that has kept much of Africa dependent on foreign powers for decades. Where many leaders bow to pressure, he stands firm. Where some accept aid with hidden strings attached, he says no more. And his latest move has sent shockwaves far beyond his country's borders. He has rejected the idea of letting Chinese or European companies control the construction of his nation's infrastructure. He has refused the temptation to hide national wealth in foreign accounts. Instead, he has chosen a different path, one that puts the people of Burkina Faso first. And this choice is not just talk. It comes with action. Prime Minister Rimtalba Emmanuel Ouédraogo recently handed over the first batch of 155 buses out of a total of 530, a fleet that will serve pupils, students, and citizens across the country. These buses are more than metal and wheels, they are symbols of a nation taking its destiny into its own hands. For decades, many African nations have faced a cycle: seek foreign loans or grants, accept foreign contractors, and end up with infrastructure that is costly, unsustainable, and often politically controlled by outside forces. Burkina Faso knows this story well. In the past, promises of development came with conditions, contracts awarded to foreign companies, profits flowing out of Africa, and long-term debts burdening the people. Roads, schools, and hospitals were often built not to serve the people best, but to serve the interests of those funding them. This approach sends a powerful message across the continent that Africa's destiny does not have to be dictated in foreign capitals. It can be decided in Ouédraogo, in Accra, in Kigali, in Nairobi by Africans, for Africans. Transportation may not sound as glamorous as megadams or skyscrapers, but in the everyday life of a nation, it can be transformative. These 530 buses are not just a government project, they are a lifeline for students who walk long distances to school, for workers commuting to jobs, and for families staying connected. The decision to prioritize mobility for pupils and students is strategic. Education is the engine of national development, but without access, the best schools remain out of reach for many. By giving students affordable, reliable transportation, the government is removing one of the silent barriers to education. Beyond education, the buses will boost local economies. More people can move freely, markets can grow, and rural areas can stay connected to urban centers. And perhaps most importantly, the buses are a visible, daily reminder to every citizen: your government is investing in you. Leadership is measured not by speeches, but by choices. Captain Ibrahim's choice to reject easy foreign funding in exchange for national control is a risk, but it's a risk taken for the people. He could have accepted foreign contracts that might bring quick results and flashy headlines. But quick results often come with long-term costs, debt, dependency, and loss of control over national infrastructure. By choosing a slower, more self-reliant route, he is betting on long-term stability over short-term gain. In an era where some leaders enrich themselves while their people suffer, this decision is a statement of priorities. Instead of hiding wealth in foreign accounts, the funds are staying in Burkina Faso. Instead of contracts going to outsiders, opportunities are being created for Burkinabe workers, engineers, and service providers. This is leadership that demands sacrifice, not from the people, but from the leadership itself. It's the kind of leadership that builds trust and inspires pride. The world is watching. When a small nation like Burkina Faso defies the usual pattern, it attracts attention and often pressure. Foreign governments and corporations do not easily accept losing influence in a region rich with resources and strategic importance. Yet, the symbolism of Captain Ibrahim's decision is powerful. It challenges the narrative that African nations must depend on outside powers to progress. It sets an example for other leaders who may be hesitant to take similar stance. This isn't just about Burkina Faso. It's about a movement. Across Africa, from Senegal to Tanzania, there is a rising call for sovereignty, for building local industries, for investing in African talent. Captain Ibrahim's actions feed that momentum, proving that it is possible to reject dependency and still move forward. Burkina Faso's new fleet of buses will soon crisscross the country, carrying more than just passengers. They will carry a message that a nation's greatness is built when its leaders put the needs of their people above the demands of foreign powers. Captain Ibrahim's vision is bold, and the road ahead will not be without challenges. But history shows that real change often begins with a single courageous choice. By investing in his people, protecting national wealth, and rejecting dependency, he is laying the foundation for a Burkina Faso and an Africa that is self-reliant, dignified, and proud. The buses may be painted in national colors, but their true color is hope. If you believe in Africa's potential and stories like this inspire you, share this video, subscribe to Make Africa Great, and join the movement to tell the world, Africa can rise, and it will.
Hello, brothers and sisters here on the continent, and to you who are in the diaspora. It's my hope that you're okay, you are doing well. A family, friend, fellow Africans, I'm here in the middle of hills to connect myself with our ancestors, to tell our ancestors what is going on in our continent. Family, fellow Africans, all of us, we know what is happening in Sahel. Our ancestors have to know what is happening in Sahel. Our ancestors are not resting in peace because of what is happening in this continent. How can Kwame Nkrumah rest in peace while he saw Chinese doing illegal mining in Ghana? How can Patrice Lumumba rest in peace while he saw Congolese suffering? How can Thomas Isidore Sankara rest in peace while he saw Western power trying to destabilize Burkina Faso? But I'm here to pray to our ancestors to protect Captain Ibrahim Traore, to protect Assimi Goïta, to protect Abdulrahman Chan, and all African leaders who are working for the interest of their people. Family, friend, fellow Africans, what you see here, these are the people of Burkina Faso working tirelessly to build their nation. Every person, children, grown up, are working to build their nation. It is not about road construction only. We see hospitals, schools being constructed. We see stadiums under construction. We see airport under construction. This energy must be transferred to other African nations, must also be inherited to our children, that we Africans, we can build our nations. Family, friend, fellow Africans, if you look here in this video, look here, there's no Chinese here, there's no European here. All these contractors and engineers are Burkinabe engineers. What does this mean? This means that Africans, we can build our nations, we can construct our infrastructures or build our infrastructures without depending on others. What the Chinese always have been doing is to give us loans and calling their contractors, their engineers to build roads under those loans. Chinese are not giving us money direct. What they do is to sign contract and agreement that you want a load of maybe $3 billion. Then they say, okay, that load will be in this standard. Then they bring their own engineers, they bring their own contractors. Then that load has started being built, but not by Africans, but by the Chinese. When the load is finished, they give you the end over that load, and you start paying interest and those all that loans. That's what the Chinese are doing. But this time, Captain Ibrahim Traore has changed the tune. What Traore is doing is to buy these construction equipment and giving to Burkinabe engineers, contractors, and asking them that you went to school to study engineering, road construction, so this is a these are equipment, go and do what you have studied in school. And that's what is happening. And we saw things happening in our lifetime. Family, friend, fellow Africans, some have been asking, where Captain Ibrahim Traoré getting money? How can Captain Ibrahim Traoré run all these infrastructures or run all these projects? Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not a corrupt leader. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not hiding money in some islands. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not stealing from the people and hide money in some banks in Europe, in America. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has said, I will not add my salary. I will remain with a salary as a captain soldier. I will not receive salary as a president. Those amount of money will go to support the development of his nation. But we have African leaders who are stealing from us, who are looting their nations, steal money and keep those amount of money in some bank in Western countries, in some islands, in Asian banks. Why you do so? Why you steal from your people? People have believed in you and trusting you, given you power to lead them, and yet you are still from them. African politicians are the ones who are killing this continent. How can you loot resources and hide those amount of money to other banks? Why not keep those amount of money to your banks so that people can go there, entrepreneurs can go and borrow those money and run businesses? But you see, it is impossible for you to keep money in your home bank. What you are doing is to hide those amount of money in some islands. Even if you die, even your family cannot enjoy those amount of money. So Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not a corrupt leader. And that's why I'm here to pray to our ancestors, to tell the world that God of Africa, God of Kwame Nkrumah, God of Nyerere, God of Thomas Sankara, God of Modibo Koita, God of Mandela, God of all our founding fathers, and the soul are hearing us. Please protect these leaders. Protect these leaders because they are doing well for the benefit of the continent of Africa. Please, if there's a possibility to take this kind of machete, please, you may take and sort those who want to remove Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Assimi Goïta, and Abdurahmane Tchiani. We are interested with these leaders because they are showing us the way. They are telling us, Africans, you can build your road. Africans, you can change things on the ground. If you move around this continent, you'll be wondering, how is it possible that we have water through rivers, through lakes, through oceans, but yet our people have no safe water? Leaders are importing water, drinking water. Government officials are importing and doing tenders to get water from Europe. You find African leaders in meetings, instead of buying water from African entrepreneurs, they are importing water from other places. Why you cannot improve infrastructures in your country? I'm here to tell our ancestors, dear Kwame Nkrumah, you told Africa to unite, but till today we are not united. But I have a good news to you that Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are united. They withdraw from ECOWAS because ECOWAS looks like working with the West, and what they have decided is to come together and unite. My dear ancestor, Patrice Emery Lumumba, you said one day Africans will write their own history I want to tell you that that history has already written in Ouédraogo, in Bamako, and in Niamey. African leaders, Captain Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Goïta, and Abdulrahman Chan have written a new history. The history of closing all foreign military bases in their nations. While other African leaders are not ready to close bases, but these leaders have written a new history of expelling and closing all foreign military bases. Mwalimu Nyerere, you told us that unity will not make us rich, but it will make us strong. I want to tell you, my ancestor, Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, that in Burkina Faso, people are united. Captain Ibrahim Traore unites all Africans across the globe. When US General Mr. Langley accused Captain Ibrahim Traore by saying he is using gold reserve to protect himself, Africans across the world came together, united, and speak with one voice that leave Captain Ibrahim alone. Thomas Sankara, our ancestor, you told us there's no need for us to go to IMF and World Bank to take loans to build our infrastructures, to build our nations. I want to tell you, your children, your son, brave son, Captain Ibrahim Traore, has rejected loans from those institutions. What he has done right now is to build nation of Burkina Faso. I'm sure where you are so happy because what Captain Ibrahim Traore is doing, he has rejected Western companies to construct roads, to build stadiums, to build hospitals, but what your son, brave son, Traore is doing is to give opportunities to the people of Burkina Faso. Right now, the people of Burkina Faso are enjoying. Captain Ibrahim Traore has bought buses to transport students across the country. So I hope you are okay where you are. Mandela, I know you are not happy where you are. The land is still in the hands of minority. Malema has tried everything, but he is called international criminal. When Malema tried to say, let us give us back our land, those who own the land said, Malema, you are an international criminal. But we hope you will support Julius Malema to succeed. Fellow South Africans are still seeing fellow brothers and sisters from other countries as foreigners, while they are living with foreigners who own the land, but they are forgetting that they are Africans. They see each others, Nigerians, Zimbabweans, as foreigners, while Zimbabweans, Nigerians, Congolese, and other Africans are not those who own their land. Those who own their land are those who are not foreigners. That's what is going on there, our ancestor Mandela. To Patsy Lumumba, I know you are still crying in your grave. They took you in a bad manner. They dissolved your body into acid. They tried to silence you, but since you're gone, Congo is never at rest. Congo never at rest. As I speak to you now, your grandsons and daughters are suffering in Democratic Republic of Congo. Not because they want to fight each other, because of richness of your nation. Congo is looted, and Congo has still suffering with good governance. So it's my hope that where you are, you will pray to the Congolese to have a good leader who will serve the interest of their people, not leaders who are led by the Western power to serve their interest. Congo is so rich, but Congo has poorest people in this world. To Mwalimu Nyerere, your country is moving in the right direction. You have a new president, first female president, Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan. She's doing well. She's tried her best to bring changes. She's working to fulfill the dreams of the late John Pombe Magufuli. And I hope even Magufuli, where you are, you saw what is going on in your country. To Nnamdi Azikiwe of Nigeria, we have Bola Tinubu. You saw what he's doing in offices. When he wants to rest, he went to Paris to rest. When he tired to work, he go to London to rest and to brainstorm. Your president, he don't know a good place in Nigeria. He don't see that he can rest maybe in Abuja, maybe in Lagos, but he see the only where he can rest and brainstorm is in Paris, in Washington. To all our ancestors, you told us to unite, but when we are trying to unite, some who are working closer to the Western power are undermining our efforts. We saw some working closer to these people who want to undermine our sovereignty, and I cannot hide them. The one who is in Cote d'Ivoire is the one. Also, the one who is in Nigeria also is the one who is working closely with Macron to destabilize Sahel. But it's my hope, our fathers, our founding fathers, you protect them. You will protect Captain Traore, you will protect Abdulrahman Chan, Assimi Goïta, and all revolutionary leaders. And if there's a possibilities of punishment, please punish those who are looting our resources. Punish those who are taking our resources. Those who are stealing money and hide those amount of money in some other banks. They don't see that they can keep their money in our banks. And yet they're telling us to keep money in our banks, in African banks. Why themselves, the leaders, are not ready to keep money here in these banks. So family, friend, fellow Africans, don't skip the video. Our voices must move across this continent. The voice of hope, the voice of unity, the voice of coming together. That's what we want as Africa. We want a united Africa. We want one day, whether in your lifetime or from our graves, to hear that Africans are so united. People are moving without being asked for visas. People move from Cape to Cairo, free, from Djibouti to Senegal without any obstacle. So family, friend, fellow Africans, enjoy this video. Why? Why? Why you don't trust Africans? Why we are not uniting this continent? Why you African politicians, you are not ready to see this continent united? That's why I'm here to talk to our ancestors, to speak to Mwalimu Nyerere, to speak to Kwame Nkrumah, to speak to Thomas Sankara, Patrice Lumumba, Modibo Keita, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Stephen Bantu Biko, Patrice Lumumba, and many and all our ancestors that what is happening in Burkina Faso is giving us relief and is giving us hope that one day this continent will be united. You told us to unite, but right now, some of our leaders are trying to work with imperialists to remove Captain Ibrahim Traore. Please seize them. You told us the time will come when Africa will write its history. And what Captain Ibrahim Traore and leaders in Sahel are doing, they are writing their own history. And the history, not from Brussels, from Washington, from Paris, or from London. The history is from Ouédraogo, from Bamako, and from Niamey in Mali, in Niger, and in Burkina Faso. So I'm here, as I said, dear lovely family, to talk to our ancestors, to speak to them, and to give them the reality on what is going on in our mother continent, Africa. So family, friend, fellow Africans, I'm here to talk with our ancestors. I hope our ancestors will hear me. Our ancestors will take my prayer and work for them. Our ancestors protect Captain Ibrahim Traore, protect Assimi Goïta, protect Abdulrahman Chiani, protect the revolutions of this continent. That's why I'm here. Have traveled a lot of miles to come to this area in the middle of the hills, as you can see, to talk to our ancestors. The voice will reach everywhere. And I know one day, maybe in my lifetime, oh, our grandchildren will hear this voice, that there was a time when Africans, we come together and said and spoke to our ancestors on how they can protect this continent, our mother continent, Africa. Family, friend, fellow Africans, if you have something to share with us, please do so through the comment section, and you may share this video to other Africans. The aim of being here, as I said, is to talk to our ancestors, for them to protect our beloved leader, our revolutionary leaders in Sahel, who are working tirelessly to liberate this continent. We, the citizens, the people of Africa, we have one responsibility: to support them, to protect them, to pray for them, and to make sure that those who are trying to do everything to remove them from power are going to fail. We have seen what happened this week in Mali. They have tried to conduct some coup and assassination attempt against Assimi Goïta, but we are saying under our watch, we will not allow that to happen. So up to that, let me say one thing. Thank you. Aluta continua. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa, Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make African great. Thank you, freedom. Thank you, Africa.